So let's say you just got a really cool new texture pack, but you're thinking, oh, this kind of looks kind of flat, like it's really high resolution, but everything still looks kind of low detail because it's flat as a pan and there's no depth to it, which really takes away a lot of the life of it. Well, there is a way to fix it, and it's a really cool thing that's actually implemented in a bunch of shader packs. Not all of them, but it is really cool. It doesn't work on all texture packs, but it works on some. And the thing I'm talking about is POM, or Parallax Occlusion Mapping. As you can see, for Complementary Reimagined, you want to go to RP support and make sure it says RP required. That means it will do it. If it does not have it set, it will not work. And then you want to hit apply, and then you want to go head over to terrain. So it might also be labeled materials, and then you want to go to lab PR/subpar materials, or whatever it's called. Then you want to have parallax occlusion mapping toggled to on, and then the POM quality toggled to whatever resolution your resource pack is. I'm currently using a 512x1, so I'm going to say 512x. If you're noticing lag, you can turn on the POM distance. You can turn that down, as it will lower the distance at which POM textures are enabled. And as you can see, your blocks now have depth. Congratulations. And now let's say, oh, I want them to have more depth or other questions. Now let's go about on how to use this. But it does look amazing. It works on most blocks. And the thing is, a creator of a texture pack has to make it into their pack, and it has to be a compatible shader for it to work. So if you're using a pack that's not compatible, it will not work. So it will not work on just like vanilla or something. I can't think of any packs off the top of my head that don't work. But then let's go over to materials. You'll see there's a bunch of stuff under lab PBR materials. And you can see there's like normal map strength. That's the strength of how it does it. Then there's POM quality. You can adjust the distance if you're experiencing a lot of lag, which can happen especially on lower end PCs or higher end texture packs, or if you have the shader set to like extreme or something like that. The custom emission intensity is for how bright something gets. And like, let's say I wanted to look at something, like let's say I wanted to see what is the normal map strength change, and like, do I actually want to change it? So how I would do this is I would drag the setting I want to edit to 0, then I would hit apply. And then once you can see it'll change a little bit, then you can exit it and zoom in on something that would be, in theory, affected by this setting. If you don't see any difference, there's a chance that whatever you're doing is not affected very much. And then if you want to see the extreme range, drag it all the way up to the top and then see what it looks like there. So now that you've found out what that thing does, another thing that you can do is also hover over icons within the menu. As you can see, if I go to like some setting under materials and I hover over it, like custom emission intensity or like normal map strength, you can see there's a little description of what it does. Custom emission intensity, as you can see, that's not doing anything. That's because custom emission intensity is built for light emitting blocks. It changes how much light they emit. So if you drag that all the way down, they're not going to emit anything. If you drag it all the way up, they're going to emit a ton of light. But as you can see, nothing's happening. So if you're really wondering what it does, like POM on cutout surfaces, it'll say makes POM available to work on cutout block sections like gaps of leaves. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and it will tell you how it works, and that does have a performance impact. Some of them don't do this, some resource packs don't. It has to be compatible with Iris properly. The maker of the shader has to build it in, but as you can see, stuff can look really cool when you get the settings just how you like them. As you can see, stuff looks super duper cool with all the good textures and that kind of thing. So yeah, let's go over some more stuff. For example, in the Kappa shader pack, you can have stuff like slope normals, and this, as you can see, is quite laggy, but it looks really cool since it's giving all of the depth stuff shadows. So like something poking out will get its own shadow when you look at it. Like when you look at that thing, you see that the indented stuff tends to be in the shade. Same with the grass, it's casting shadows on the stuff around it. This can be very hard on your computer, but as you can see, it looks pretty freaking cool. And yeah, some, as you can see, don't have POM here. Like that stone doesn't have POM. So let's look at some more. So these are just some shaders that have lab PR stuff. Some of them, like Solus, you have to fiddle around in the settings a little bit, but they're overall pretty cool. So some of my personal favorites are Kappa, but sadly that one's no longer maintained, I don't think. The most recent is 1.20.1, which really sucks. And then I also really like rethinking voxels, but of course, this is all up to personal preference. It really depends on what you really want in your shaders. I personally really also like rethinking voxels because it has quite a few different settings for the shaders. But yeah, that's about it for this video. If you guys watched to the end, thank you so much for getting me all these watch hours. I'm trying really hard to get monetized, so watch hours really do help out a lot with that. And yeah, shaders with the high res POM texture pack look amazing. I appreciate you watching all the way at the end. Please subscribe, leave a like, join my Discord, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video. Goodbye. Also, I've linked a bunch of different texture packs that have POM in the description, and you can check those out. But seriously, goodbye.